It's 13th of June, everyone. A very happy birthday to our Captain Chris Evans, who turns 39 today. I think I can safely speak for everyone when I say that we can't imagine anyone else playing the role of Steve Rogers. It's like Chris was born to play this role. Avengers Endgame saw the conclusion of his 8-year journey playing Steve Rogers in the MCU, and all we can say is that it was beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's been over a year since the highest grossing movie of all time released, and yet we have so many things to dissect and discuss and debate. One of the most talked about things in the movie was the ending planned out for Steve Rogers. As we all know, after the fight with Thanos, Steve takes up the responsibility of returning the Infinity Stones and Mjolnir back to their respective timelines to uphold the promise made to the Ancient One by Bruce Banner. Little did we know that Steve actually had no intention of coming back after doing the same and intended to live out a peaceful life with Peggy Carter in another timeline. And this is where the debate sparks up. A certain section of our MCU community was not happy with that specific ending. Of course, said people obviously wanted to see Cap happy, but they saw him making the sacrifice play the more fitting end to his character. I can see why they would have predicted that. Many people, including me, predicted that Tony would get to live the simple life whereas Cap would make the sacrifice play. We got to see a glimpse of the former earlier in the movie, which made Tony's ultimate sacrifice even more heart-wrenching. There had been rumors of Cap's death since it was confirmed that Captain America 3 would be subtitled Civil War, especially since Cap dies in the aftermath of the comic book of the same name. While it was far-fetched to believe that he would not make it out of that movie given that both Avengers Infinity War and Endgame were yet to be released, it sure did keep all of us at the edge of our seats. And then, of course, we had that absolutely terrifying moment when Cap, in the most Steve Rogers fashion, decided to go and face Thanos one-on-one in combat, which could have taken a heartbreaking direction and surely had the audience very worried. My point here is that over the course of several movies, Steve Rogers has proven that he is more than ready and willing to give his life for the greater good.
Get away! Get back!
In fact, he had everyone believe that he had done so in his first movie. This is because this is part of who he was. He was ready to fight and never willing to give up. Even in his one-on-one fight with Thanos in Infinity War, we all know that in terms of power levels, he's no match for Thanos. But, like he always has in the MCU, he more than made up for that with his determination and will to never give up, no matter the consequences. He had fought very hard his entire life to prove himself, right from getting enlisted in the army to adjusting to a new century, to even being coined a fugitive, but was still trying to do the right thing. No matter how insurmountable the odds may seem, Steve was always ready to take them head on. Even after he saw his seemingly unbreakable shield, which had even withstood the force of the mighty Mjolnir, crack, he did not falter in his determination. Beaten and bruised, he still managed to get up, strap up a broken shield, and was ready to take on not just Thanos but his entire army in one of the most iconic scenes in the MCU. He was ready to do whatever it takes to ensure that Thanos does not undo all the hard work and sacrifice it took to get everyone back. He didn't know backup was on its way. All he did know was Thanos is a bully and Steve does not like bullies.
I don't want to kill anyone. I don't like bullies. I don't care where they're from.
Guys, the comparison of Thanos to a bully and some of the other things I spoke about in this video was brought to my attention by watching a video of a super talented YouTuber whose channel goes by the name of Stuffware. Do make sure to check out his channel because he provides amazing insights and analysis to movies, and that's not limited just to the MCU. So my point here is that a man who is ready to give up his life on multiple occasions deserves to get a second chance in life when he could get one, isn't it? Also, I understand the point people make about moving on. To be fair, Cap had moved on. He had found family in the Avengers, and even after losing his identity as Captain America after Civil War, he always retained his optimism and ideals of believing in his family.
You alright? I'm home.
Where to, Cap? Home.
But just like Nat and Tony's death took a huge emotional toll on us, we have to understand the kind of toll it took on him. These guys were his closest friends other than Bucky Barnes. You know another thing they had in common? Both believed that Steve deserved to get a second chance at living a peaceful life.
I think we both need to get a life. You first.
This is something Steve acknowledges himself and at the end of Avengers Endgame.
Well, after I put the stones back, I thought maybe I'll try some of that life Tony was telling me to get.
He had asked Tony to help them out, with Tony voicing his concern about not losing their lives, which unfortunately Tony did. Steve thought that one of the best ways to honor both his friends would be to live out a life the way they always wanted him to have, because they knew how much it meant to him. The point of friendship brings me to address one of the biggest points of contention, Bucky Barnes. And guys, I get it. I understand that you guys might be upset that Steve left Bucky out on his own. But that's the thing. He didn't leave him alone. He ensured that Bucky had a new family in the form of Wakanda, and we are definitely going to see him bond with Sam Wilson in the Disney Plus show as well. Bucky isn't alone. Steve Rogers, who is respected around the world to be an idealistic hero, lost out on all of that in the public eye in Civil War. And you know why? Because he believed in Bucky Barnes, and of course he spoke to Bucky about not coming back. We see them saying their goodbyes to each other, and it's clear Bucky knows that Steve isn't coming back.
Gonna miss you, buddy. It's gonna be okay, Buck.
He wants Steve to live out the life that Steve never could. With Bucky's name obviously clear now, he could start afresh and live out his life on his terms in the present time. So my point is that Steve Rogers underwent an amazing arc of an altruistic hero who always put others' interests over his own, even if it meant that he had to sacrifice time with the love of his life, his reputation, and his newfound stability in the 21st century, if it meant protecting his loved ones or fighting for the greater good. His arc ended with him finally doing something for himself, and if you ask me guys, Cap deserved it. The ending was very realistic and reminded us that Cap, despite all his nobility and selflessness, was also human at the end of the day, and deserved to live his life on his terms and do something for himself. His dance with Peggy Carter was long overdue and brings tears of joy in my eyes whenever I watch it. But like Sam Wilson perfectly puts it,
I'm happy for you. Truly. Thank you. Only thing bumming me out is the fact I have to live in a world without Captain America.
so there you have it guys. My 2 cents on Captain America's ending in Avengers Endgame. I'm fully aware that this is a topic that attracts a lot of discussion. And honestly guys, I would love to hear your take on this video and the ending of Cap as a whole. Voice your opinion in the comments section. And if you like this video, leave a thumbs up and please do subscribe for more content on the MCU, and also make sure you check out the channel Stuffware. Trust me guys, if you're a fan of movies and deep analysis, that channel is the place to be. I shall see you guys next time, and until then, remember to aim for the moon, because even if you miss, you land among the stars. Happy birthday Chris, we love you 3000.
I love you 3000.